Evan Mobley is going to be a superstar type talent going forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Early on into this season, Evan Mobley has proven the ability to play a fantastic brand of NBA basketball. And actually looking at the Rookie of the Year leaderboards at this point, Mobley is actually #1 on that list, which is kind of crazy considering going into the year, most people thought it would be a two-man race between Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. But quickly before we get the video started, for those of you who may not know, I'm Juicy Sports. I make opinionative NBA content, and if you guys enjoy videos similar to this, please consider hitting that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification bell. But anyways, let's get into it.
Oh yeah, I work with the medics. I'm about to get you injected. I got a couple connections so I can get you prosthetics.
Evan Mobley was drafted with the #3 overall selection in the 2021 NBA draft. And coming out of college and going into the NBA, Mobley was seen as a very versatile big man that could potentially be a superstar or an all-star type talent once making it into the NBA. And early on into this season, Mobley has been playing fantastic basketball and is certainly well on his way to fulfilling that potential and maybe even exceeding it. On the season so far, Mobley's averaging 15 points per game on a really good 51% shooting from the field, 8 rebounds, and also adding 3 assists to his game. If I had to describe Mobley's game in one word, I would have to say versatile. Mobley could do so many different things, both offensively and defensively, and that's really what makes him so great in my opinion. But now let's take a look at his game point by point and really describe why I think Mobley's such a special talent in the NBA going forward and is already at this point. So talking about Mobley's 3-point shooting ability, although he hasn't shot a great percentage, when you actually look at his jump shot form, I think he's going to be fine long term, but he certainly has the ability to catch and shoot from that 3-point area, maybe in the corner for a catch and shoot 3-point shot, a pick and pop situation maybe from the top of the key. He also honestly has somewhat of an ability to cross over into a 3-point jump shot, not too often, but certainly has the ability to do so. And of course, as I mentioned, I think that 3-point shot, although he's not shooting a good percentage so far early on into this season, I think going long term he's going to fix that issue and is going to be fine from that 3-point range. But talking about his mid-range shooting ability, this is something that he's very prolific at already at this point. Of course, he has the ability to catch and shoot from that mid-range area, either maybe just a spot up catch and shoot shot or a pick and pop situation. Also has a pretty nice post turnaround fadeaway within his game, which I mentioned this in a lot of my videos, but I think a player especially of his size, adding a post turnaround fadeaway within your game is so important just to bring up your points per game and also bring up your efficiency numbers. But besides that, he also has a pretty nice floater within his game, which is kind of crazy to say due to his size. But talking about his driving and finishing ability, he has the ability to take the ball at the top of the key, do a little bit of a crossover, and then drive all the way to the basket and post drives whatever players in the paint, which is nuts again considering his size. Also has the ability once driving to finish with either hand, either his left or right hand, is very athletic especially for his size, and overall he's a very good finisher around the basket. But the thing that makes Mobley so great, besides him being so versatile in terms of his individual scoring ability, in my opinion, is the fact that he's a very good passer and playmaker for his position, but honestly just in general as well. He has a fantastic basketball IQ out there, which really gives him an advantage to really analyze the defense and find the open guy. Mobley does a fantastic job at maybe getting the ball at the top of the key or in the high post and just analyzing the defense. He finds his teammates either in the corner for a wide open catch and shoot 3-point shot, maybe cutting all the way to the basket for an easy dunk or layup. Overall, having Mobley on the court is almost like having a second point guard out there, and he does a fantastic job at making his teammates' lives a lot easier out there. But besides Mobley's fantastic offensive ability as a whole, he's also a fantastic defender as well. Mobley's a very good on-ball defender. Maybe at times he struggles with guarding stronger players in the post, but he also does a fantastic job at utilizing his athleticism combined with his great wingspan to kind of neutralize that at times. And even if he gets back down too far in the post, he has the ability to use that wingspan to get a good contest or maybe just get a block shot as well. But really where Mobley shines on the defensive end is those weak side blocks. He's very mobile out there and has the ability to come over maybe from the corner if he's guarding somebody in the corner. He can easily come over to the paint and get a nice weak side block. Also has the ability to guard other positions, which is pretty crazy. He has the ability to guard point guards, shooting guards, small forwards. Even though they have better foot speed, he does a fantastic job to actually stay in front of them with his mobility. And even if they blow by him a little bit, he also uses that athleticism and wingspan to get some block shots or great contests. Overall, on the defensive side, Mobley's just a fantastic player and is exactly what you want for the new age NBA. And really when you just look at his skill set as a whole, offensively and defensively, I just think Mobley is the exact player you want to have going forward in the new age NBA, basically where you can do everything out there. But what are my personal expectations for Evan Mobley going forward? So as I mentioned before in the video, obviously, I do think Evan Mobley is a fantastic talent going forward, and a special one at that. And honestly, even at this point, he's a very special talent. But going forward, I don't really see any reason why he wouldn't be able to get to an all-star type level within the next 3 or 4 seasons. The way he's playing out there right now, early on into his rookie season, is just fantastic, and you would expect going forward in the NBA, each and every season, he's going to get better at one aspect of his game, or maybe multiple aspects. And if he continues to do that, obviously he would be getting at an all-star type level pretty soon. But assuming that he gets to that all-star type level, which obviously is a big if, I honestly do think there's a very good chance that Mobley does turn into a superstar type talent going forward as well. But obviously Evan Mobley currently at this point is nowhere near a superstar type player. So what I personally think he would need to do in order to get to that point is really polish his offensive skills. And what I mean by that is from that 3-point range, really up your percentage and be a knockdown shooter from that 3-point range, maybe at the very least 35-36%, ideally 38% plus from that 3-point range. From that mid-range area, he's already a pretty good shooter, but just polish that up a little bit more, add some more skills within your mid-range shooting ability, driving all the way to the basket. Overall, just polish your offensive game, and if he does all those things, I think he can easily get to that superstar type level. In terms of his defensive ability, I think he's already very good at this point, as I mentioned, but of course there's always room for growth no matter how good you are, so of course improve on that as well. In terms of his passing and playmaking ability, it's kind of the same deal. I think already at this point he's a fantastic passer and playmaker, especially considering the size he is, but if he can get better at that as well going forward, I certainly think that will help out his superstar potential. In my opinion, I just think Mobley's going to be so good going forward. But I just think the Cleveland Cavaliers as a whole are drafting very well, especially as of late, and the young core that they're starting to build in Cleveland is certainly something that all Cavs fans need to get very excited about going forward. I think specifically the duo of Darius Garland and Evan Mobley going forward could potentially be a very lethal one. The pick and rolls and pick and pop situations that those two guys can do is just going to be a nightmare for the rest of the league. But we'll see what happens going forward, not only for Evan Mobley, but also for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think Evan Mobley could potentially be a superstar going forward, or do you not think so? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy it, check one of these 2 videos popping up now. And until the next time, peace out, guys.
Dosage. Oh yeah, I work with the medics. I'm about to get you injected. I got a couple connections so I can get you prosthetics. Hope you can't go